Hi everyone, I'm Vince and welcome to my channel Vince Cooper Games. In this video we're going to be taking a look at my solitaire wargame Bloody Lane. We're going to be looking specifically at the Confederate Inspire action, which is resolved during the Confederate action phase. Each Confederate counter has a cohesion value of maximum of 5, which is modified as the counter takes hits during the Union event phase and the Union action phase. The Inspire action, if it's resolved successfully, increases the current cohesion of a Confederate counter by +1 up to its maximum of 5. To resolve the cohesion check is very simple. You simply roll 1d6, you compare it to the current cohesion value of the counter. If the result is equal to or lower than the current cohesion value, the cohesion check is successful and that counter will receive +1 to its cohesion. There are no other modifiers, so let's go ahead and resolve a cohesion check for the 6th Alabama. Currently the cohesion is 3, so on a roll of 1, 2, or 3, the cohesion check will be successful and the cohesion will increase by +1 to 4. So we're going to roll 1d6 and we get a 6. So the cohesion check failed, in which case the 6th Alabama remains with a cohesion of 3. We've covered boosted actions in a previous video. Briefly, a boosted action means that you assign 2 action die to the same action. So in this case, 2 action die get resolved to the Inspire action. And this gives a +1 bonus to the current cohesion of the Confederate counter, making the cohesion check for the purposes of resolving the Inspire action. So 2nd North Carolina is going to use a boosted Inspire action, which gives it a +1 bonus. So the cohesion is 2. That increases to 3 for the purposes of the cohesion check. So 1, 2, or 3 will be a success and +1 cohesion. So let's see what we get, and we get a 1. So the cohesion check was successful, meaning that the cohesion of the 2nd North Carolina increases from 2 to 3. Okay, that's it. That's very simple. That's how you regain cohesion, by assigning the Inspire action and successfully resolving it. However, there is one very critical thing that needs to be explained, which we've also covered in a previous video, which is the officer token, which resides in the officer's box. The officer token starts with a value of 4. During the course of the game, during the Union event phase, because of the skirmisher event, and during the Union action phase, because of the sharpshooter action, the officer value will drop from 4 to 3 to 2 to 1 to 0. The reason why this is important is because the officer value dictates the maximum number of action die that can be resolved each turn to the Inspire action. So each turn you have 4 action die. This is during the Confederate action phase. So if the current officer value is 4, you could potentially assign all 4 action die to the Inspire action. However, if the officer token value is reduced to 3, you can now only assign a maximum of 3 action die to the Inspire action. If the officer value drops to 2, it's 2 dice. If it drops to 1, it's 1 die. And of course, if the officer value drops to 0, you can no longer assign any action die to the Inspire action, which means in game terms that there is no way thereafter for a Confederate counter to increase its cohesion from whatever its current value is. So the officer value is extremely important, and especially once you get into the second half of the game and the officers start taking the hits on the officers start to accumulate, it's going to become increasingly difficult to manage your Confederate defenders. Okay, so that's it. That's the Inspire action. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.